Well, Mom and Dad, the way we got out here to start with, Mom and Dad retired from Calgary Power. And the three brothers and Mom and Dad put some in it too. We bought the cabin down at Benchlands, and they retired in there. And then later I bought the two brothers out, and I owned it at the last. Well, Jack McGregor and I bought this quarter over here, and sold part of I sold 40 acres to my one brother. So I guess there was the whole family. We've always stayed close together. Jack and I bought that quarter section together and had it divided, and that's where I wanted to live rather than like I wanted to put a house on there instead of over. The one we had in Benchlands was more or less a summer place, you know, a little log cabin. We wanted a little more room. And we lived in that old log cabin that Linda mentioned one summer while I put in the foundations for my own house and my brother's. And we bought houses in Calgary that I was on construction, so I knew that where they wanted, you know, rezoned the spot and took houses out and put in high rises and whatnot. So we got the houses for nothing, just had to pay for the moving. Mine cost $6,000 on the foundation. I had built a little wooden boat, and one time when the river was sort of flooding, and I guess I must have hauled the boat up to where the Wipers and the Ghost join, Wipers Village, and Linda, my daughter, and Laurie. No, Laurie.
What was it?
When you wrecked the boat?
Yeah, I thought it was Cindy.
No, I think it was Laurie.
I know I was there.
Yeah, they come down the river. They come walking home, and where's my boat? Well, it's gone. Actually, wasn't all that bad. We didn't worry too much about them. They knew horses and they knew the country. And Dennis had an old Volkswagen that he'd pensioned off, and that's where they all learned to drive on that Volkswagen. And I don't remember what, about grade 11, Linda was 16 and had a driver's license. Laurie didn't. And we had already bought this quarter over here, but we were living at Benchlands yet. And the two girls cut firewood all during summer holidays. And of course they used my truck, and I got to buy the gas, and they hauled firewood into Calgary and sold it at $25 a load. They take 2 loads a day. I'd come by this way on the way home from work, and we had a little tractor with a saw in the front, and they'd have a whole bunch drug out, and we'd saw it up, and they'd haul it the next day. No, I split a little of it just to make it look like it was split wood, but they were selling it cheap enough. You know, the first load, they were a little shy, so they took Elsie's youngest girl along. She was a yappy little devil, and she was going to be the salesman. She went into the first house, and no, they'd went in just the two of them the day before, that's right too. And they met the orneriest old hag in Calgary. And she says, "Do you have a peddler's license? Do you realize you can't be bothering people if you don't have a peddler's license?" So they brought the load home. So the next day they took the little one in to be the salesman. She went in the first house, and the first thing she asked is she had to pee. The woman took her in the house and got that over with, and she come out and never sold the load of wood, never mentioned it. So they fired her. And the first woman they went to then was happier than heck about it. She bought the load, and she had mentioned some of her relatives needed a load, and they never had to sell another one after that. They had a list of buyers when the season was over. They just had a rough start.